A historic special operation by the security service of Ukraine deep in the Russian rear.
4 long-range aviation airfields have been attacked in the last 2 hours.
This is how the Belaya airfield looks right now. Strategic enemy aviation.
A simultaneous strike on 4 military airfields of the Russian Federation at once.
Ukraine has simply ushered in a new era in operations. It has called into question, and therefore the very existence of manned and heavy aviation.
The first day of summer turned out to be a black day, not only for Rosaviatsia, but for the entire reputation of the Russian state.
If within 5 days we don't get Oreshnik, then I'll delete my channel. I'm staking my reputation. You can screenshot this. We don't have any decent words to describe what's happening.
The Ukrainian web has inflicted irreparable damage on Russia's nuclear triad, its strategic weapons, and, more broadly, on the global system of security and the protection of strategically important facilities. More about this and other topics coming up in Arsenal. The Ukrainian SBU operation called Web is already being studied by intelligence agencies around the world. Never before in history have FPV drones attacked strategic aviation, and here 4 airfields were hit at once: Beloye, Diaghilevo, Olenia, and Ivanovo. According to preliminary data from the SBU, as a result of the operation, more than 40 military aircraft were hit, which is about 30% of Russia's strategic aviation. At the moment, using satellite images, independent experts have been able to confirm the destruction of at least 13 aircraft.
With cheap drones, even at this point, up to 15% of Russia's strategic aviation has been destroyed. Just imagine that's, according to the very first, the most conservative estimates.
In financial terms, it's hard to imagine anything more truly cost-effective than destroying a strategic bomber worth hundreds of millions of dollars with a simple FPV drone.
From the standpoint of economic efficiency, Ukraine's sabotage operation on June 1, 2025 has few equals. A single FPV drone used by Ukraine can cost as little as $300 to $600. For comparison, a modernized Russian strategic bomber, the Tu-95 MS, is generally valued at $100 million or more. That's a cost gap of more than 100,000 times.
It has been confirmed that 10 Tu-95 and Tu-22 M3 strategic bombers have been destroyed, those instruments of terror that launch Kh-101, Kh-555, and Kh-22 cruise missiles at peaceful Ukrainian cities. Most of them were destroyed in Siberia at the Beloye airfield, where Russian planes fled to escape from Engels.
This is the main airbase of Russia's 200th Heavy Bomber Regiment, which is equipped with Tu-22 M3 aircraft. They are the majority here. And the Tu-95 MS are just guests here. That happened when we were dispersing the planes from Engels because the airfield was under heavy attack. So in order to preserve their limited number of strategic aviation aircraft, the Russians began dispersing them to all possible remote airfields.
According to the spokesperson for the Ukrainian Air Force, during the war, the planes that were damaged and destroyed as part of the Web special operation had launched more than 800 missiles at Ukraine. These birds, assembled during the Soviet era, are no longer produced in the Russian Federation. Besides their high cost, at least $100 million, these supporters and Kremlin analysts are complaining, calling what happened a blow to Russia's nuclear triad and a disruption of the strategic balance of nuclear deterrence between Moscow and Washington.
Apparently, the losses suffered by Russian strategic aviation are significant. Such a large-scale attack on components of the strategic nuclear arsenal, according to Russia's nuclear doctrine, could serve as grounds for the use of nuclear weapons. I hesitate to ask, does the wise politician even realize that at this very moment Russia is losing its strategic parity with the United States in the field of strategic nuclear arms? And that unique aircraft literally without analogs and long out of production are burning?
Siberia, Ryazan, Murmansk region, strikes by FPV drones at distances of several thousand kilometers from the front line became possible thanks to a kind of Ukrainian Trojan horse Russian trucks carrying dozens of SBU drones on board.
Here. The drone took off again. It's impossible to tell where it's taking off from. There it is, both of them, out of nowhere. Both! Unbelievable! Damn, look how far technology has come. Why the hell are we working behind the wheel, for fuck's sake? We better just control a drone and cargo one, damn it. Oh! Oh, fuck! And those are the cops knocking it down, can you believe it? Or someone firing a burst from an automatic weapon.
Drones are taking off from a kamikaze truck right at the gas station, from the semi right there. The Panzers are shooting them down.
At this point, the SBU has revealed some details of the impressive operation. The web was being prepared for more than a year and a half. The operation was extremely complex from a logistics standpoint. First, the SBU delivered FPV drones to Russia, then they built mobile wooden shelters for them. These shelters were hidden inside trucks. At the right moment, the lids were opened remotely and the drones took off from right there to strike the bombers.
A simultaneous synchronized strike on 4 airfields. Just try to synchronize an operation like that, right? So that these trucks, these vehicles would arrive in 4 different areas, take up their positions and carry out the strike almost simultaneously. Because if the strike hadn't been synchronized, there would have been a warning. And they would have started stopping all the trucks like they did afterwards before, right?
What's important is that all operation participants were in Ukraine by the time strikes on airfields began. Our intelligence was noted by Israel's Mossad.
Ukraine's bold operation against Russia is a clear wake-up call, signaling the dawn of a completely new era of drone warfare. Some people said that Ukraine had no cards to play. He proved that he was wrong.
In addition to the strategic bombers, a military transport aircraft was hit, and at the Ivanovo airfield, drones targeted an A-50 long-range radar detection aircraft. Russia has only a handful of these left. The price of this rare bird is over $300 million.
It's still going off.
Oh, look, another explosion.
It's truly another new one.
What? Didn't the drones check us out?
Fresh drone arrived.
Look again.
That's all here.
They're blowing everything up. Mom!
More drones. This one's fresh.
We're going to get killed.
The A-50 is actually the most expensive Russian military aircraft. Depending on the level of modernization, its cost ranges from about $350 to $400 million because it's packed with Western radio electronics. This aircraft, and most importantly, it can't be restored. There were only 7 of these planes left in Russia anyway. The A-50 aircraft were the eyes of Russian aviation. In other words, they made it possible to see deep into Ukrainian territory, tracking our aircraft movements and even monitoring the movements of ground troops on our territory.
Meanwhile, as Russia recovers from the shame and shock, propagandists foaming with rage are calling for conscripts to be executed.
The videos that are appearing here are being filmed by conscripts. Can we just shoot this conscript? Just take this scum out and execute him in front of the formation like a traitor to the motherland.
And Putin is shamefully hiding in his bunker, afraid of trucks, TV cameras and questions from journalists. Western media, military experts and analysts state the operation by Ukrainian special services has fundamentally changed their understanding of how to protect strategic security facilities and counter sabotage groups.
Now it is necessary to completely rethink the protection of military facilities, including air bases, because 5-meter high fences are no longer effective. Well, I've been to Western air bases many times, and there are always continuous mesh fences, solid, sturdy fences made of metal mesh, which are very tall, typically about 5 or 6 meters high, but a drone can still easily fly right over them. And now, if they really want to, even a small group of determined saboteurs is capable of disabling an entire aviation unit.
That's all for now. Don't forget to write in the comments which types of weapons you'd like to learn more about. Give this video a like and, of course, subscribe to our Arsenal channel. The link is in the description below the video.